Hello, and welcome to greensocks 10-man Heroic Magmaw Guide. In this guide we will discuss the strategy used by our guild Carpe Noctem to defeat this encounter. There are a few differences between the heroic version and the normal version of this fight. These include the following. Magmaw has an increased health pool, all abilities have increased damage, blazing bone constructs will be summoned, and there is a new final burn phase. The standard setup for this fight includes 2 tanks, 3 healers, 4 DPS, and 1 dedicated ad kiter. It is important that one of your DPS is able to kite the worms that Magmaw will summon. Classes capable of doing this are Survival Hunters, Frost DKs, Fire and Frost Mages. We choose to use a Survival Hunter because they are capable of both kiting the ads and quickly killing them. The kiting is crucial and should be the main focus of the player responsible. To begin this fight, you will want to have your range stack about 30 yards from the boss. We stack the melee on the side of the boss and the tank on the other. The range will stack on red. The melee DPS will be on green and the tank will be on purple. Magmaw has 3 major mechanics to watch out for during Phase 1. These are Pillar of Flame, Blazing Bone Construct, and Lava Spew. When Magmaw casts Pillar of Flame on a player, a ring of fire will appear on the ground. This will explode, throwing all nearby players into the air. Lava parasites will then spawn from this location. These should be slowed and picked up by the designated kiter. If cast on a ranged player, the entire ranged group will move over to the yellow location to avoid this. If it happens to be cast on a melee, they will move over to stack on the tank. When Blazing Bone Construct is cast, a ring of fire will appear followed by a Blazing Bone Construct and a Spreading Fire. The off-tank should pick up the construct as soon as possible and bring it over to the melee where all DPS can burn it down quickly. When a Blazing Bone Construct reaches 20%, it will begin casting Armageddon. This cast will do an AoE blast, doing massive amounts of damage to the entire raid. To avoid this, DPS should burn the construct quickly before the cast completes. Every 30 seconds or so, Magmaw will cast Lava Spew. This ability will do about 30k damage to each player in the raid every second for 3 seconds. Raid cooldowns must be used to mitigate this damage. The useful abilities to mitigate this are Power Word Barrier, Tranquility, Aura Mastery, Spiritling Totem, Rally Cry, and Divine Guardian. Raid members must coordinate these abilities so that at least one can be used for every Lava Spew. Our raid cooldown order goes like this: Power Word Barrier, then Aura Mastery, then Divine Guardian, then Tranquility, then Aura Mastery again, then Divine Guardian again, and then we repeat this process. In Phase 1, DPS's top priority must be to kill the Blazing Bone Constructs. Any extra time should be spent DPSing Magmaw. Every 1.5 minutes or so, Magmaw will fill half the room with steam and munch on the tank. Everyone will need to move to the opposite side of the room of the steam. Magmaw will then lean forward and 2 DPS will need to jump on him and chain him down quickly. If you are too slow chaining him down, you will experience an extra Lava Spew. This can cause a wipe. If he's chained down successfully, Magmaw will go into a down phase where he takes 100% increased damage. DPS should burn him hard during this phase and ignore the Blazing Bone Constructs, unless they are nearing an Armageddon. This is a good point to use DPS cooldowns. Potions and Bloodlust, however, should be saved for the sub 33% down phase. When Magmaw comes back up from this down phase, the tank should expect a very large hit. Our tank uses his mitigation cooldowns to help reduce this damage. Rinse and repeat this until you are nearing about 30%. At 30%, Magmaw will go into a burn phase. In this phase, Nefarian will start throwing Twilight Meteors, which do damage to the player targeted and all those around him. We spread out to reduce the damage taken from these. To add an aspect of control to this, and to minimize our time in Phase 2, we stop all DPS and the boss at 33% except for the tanks. We do continue to kill the Blazing Bone Constructs during this time. When Magmaw goes into a down phase, sub 33%, we blow all damage cooldowns, including Bloodlust, and we burn him hard. This is done because Phase 2 cannot start while Magmaw is chained down. By doing this, we can push the boss to about 15% before Phase 2. From here on out, DPS should spread out and the kiter should continue kiting, and the healers will have to overcome the massive amounts of raid damage. Remember to continue to chain the boss down during this phase, if you get to that point. This concludes the guide portion of this video. I have included a full version of this encounter so you can see how we handle each mechanic in more detail. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my other videos. Have fun and good luck!